Oh, he's spectating.
Is he spectating?
Oh, nice! The mail slot.
I made one.
Are you walking in, walking in?
Ah!
Oh, he got taken by a...
Hey, Palidore!
Hello, Palidore!
Where we?
Like,
That's a pretty far
That
shot.
far? That must have been far again. No, come play with us.
Oh my god, damn you and your long arms.
Ah!
Oh.
Nice bounce.
Wait, what the?
subscribe.
He's already there. What?
We cannot hear him or see him, but he can hear and see us.
You can see inside of us. Wait.
Oh, that was just it. However, I'd like a challenge on that the 2-pointer. I think there's on the outside.
Get to your launch.
Ah, my headset. No, guys, please, no.
Ah! Here he comes.
Oh, what? I dropped this?
What? Love my ping. Love it. Love it.
Hello.
Comment.
Come back. Here we go.
Palidore, my bro.
Palidore? Who the
Door.
Palidore?
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to VR Master League. Got some matches for you tonight, some good ones. 3 of them, in fact. We're starting off the night with Skull-Crusaders versus Invictus. And yeah, so joining me for these games, or at least a pair of them, is going to be Caption. I'm Palidore, of course. And yeah, so tell us a little bit about what we could expect here, Caption. Yeah, so we got some brawlers, we got some duckers, jukers. But what we do have, if nothing else, is a new team, and it's good to see over here on Invictus's side. Invicti? Yeah. Invicti's side, it's Princess AG Swagger Nuts. That's going to be fun to say for however many casts. Cyanide VR and Hasko 7. So Hasko's actually subbing in here for Grief, I believe.
You know, again, interesting sub. I love watching Hasko play these games because it's nice to see her getting involved in these higher level competitions. Yeah,
she's had a good amount of sub games now. I believe this would be maybe her 4th, if I'm correct. Give or take one, but yeah. So let's see. We are waiting on one more from Skull-Crusaders. One more player here. Hopefully, it's not one of those last-minute need a sub kind of things. Fingers crossed. But yeah.
Guess crashed out a little. I can't hear me. No one can hear me.
You can be heard now.
I can now be heard. Hey guys, how's it going?
They've been hearing you for about 30 seconds or so. Don't worry, don't worry.
Oh, he's so mad you can't play this game. I'm so mad you can't play this game.
Yeah.
You're just trying to dodge out of all my casts.
Grief in the chat. I didn't even associate. I saw Grief, but yet my brain didn't even make the connection that, oh, that's that Grief in the chat. Yeah. So apparently Grief's right controller broke. That is indeed an F, as Mozzie says. See Arrow Knight in there as well. Welcome, welcome.
A big F indeed. A big F indeed. Hopefully you get that fixed soon so maybe I can actually cast one of your games.
That's the hope, indeed. This will be our Caption and I's second cast, actually duoing it. I've done a lot of camera work while Caption was casting with some other people, just haven't had a chance to actually do a lot of casts ourselves, so this will be our second one.
And then maybe a third, and maybe a fourth. Does that 4th match start at a weirder time? I think it was like 10:20.
Yeah, so I did message the 2 teams involved in that one, which is Skull-Crusaders and 6 Foot Over. And they said they'd be willing to wait, so it did get readjusted.
Okay.
But yeah, so a trifecta of matches. Again, starting off here with a debuting team at Invictus. They just registered into the league. Great to see. Lots of new teams the last couple weeks here, both for EU and NA. You know, Invictus is one of them, but we also have Adrenaline. We have Olympus. So those three are the new NA teams. Hopefully I'm not missing one. And over in the European region, we do have Team Gecko. Not to be mistaken, Lone Gecko is not part of that team. It's, to my knowledge, new players to the competitive scene as well. But yeah, Team Gecko as well as Paradox. They
may not even know who Lone Gecko quite is. I mean, how could you not know who he is? Go on Discord for a couple of seconds and you might figure out who he is.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's only been a couple months since we've seen him on a competitive team. Last playing for Blast, of course. Blast from the past, which is only a couple months ago, but he's played on many teams throughout the seasons. Team Brain Dead, he's been on the original Blast, of course, Echo Combat's version of Blast.
Yep.
Off the tip of my tongue, trying to think of what team he was back in like the early days, 2017, 2018.
I can remember one of the players because I don't think he played after Season 1, if I was right. I am right. I can't remember the name of the team. I cannot remember.
It'll come back to us, maybe, or not.
Probably. I'm gonna go with the no. That's an F. Still looks like we're waiting for. Oh!
That's a ding, and not the shot kind, but the someone just joined kind. So let's see. There we go.
And there is Mr. Anthony Gasolini Angas joining in. Okay.
Yes, the Gasmeister, as he's frequently known as. Never. But yeah, good to see him. One of my favorite names in the league, right up there with the likes of Twang Pants, Creamy Elephant. He's on that aforementioned Paradox. Okay, so anyways, it is round one about to begin here. 10 minutes on the clock. Best of 3. Thank you for joining me and Caption as we get the action going on right now. Maybe. My controller was not responding for a second. I'm good.
That's okay, because Philibus now has the disc after the almost even joust there, but going to be, and a pass over to Swaggernuts, but over to Philibus as he's going to intercept that Hasko, doing what she does well, and going to be able to get that punch and just get that clear out. But Anthony Gasolini going to be there to get that Soisy now. Going to try to pass that one around as we get over Oculus-Sator. Going to be using all of the obstacles in his way as Philibus is going to be able to get that one up to Soisy. Soisy looking for that shot, and he is just going to miss that shot, unfortunately. But a nice pickup, but Princess going to be able to slap that one over to the side. Oculus-Sator getting a nice stun and a good back pass going on.
It's one of the classic Oculus-Sator moves there. Got to watch out anytime you're diving on him when he has the disc. Not afraid to go for those shields or, you know, those angel-type moves, whatever you want to call them. He'll go for them, but getting smacked there in the face and back into the hands of Philibus up top as they try again on the offensive end. So going down low from Oculus-Sator, he's going to hook that one in from the bottom. First 2 points for Skull-Crusaders here on orange.
Good spot to be set up there for that down pass, and a good spot to take that shot as it hits literally the very top corner. You heard it ding off there, the top corner of that goal. Great shot.
And some good defense being played from Invictus, just couldn't quite get it to the other side. But they will have a chance on offense here as we get a few changes of possession right in that tunnel. So almost a mirror of what we saw in that opposite tunnel the last play as Princess AG in her competitive debut gets that disc and is looking to work it to her teammates here, that backstack.
And I just getting fake punched almost as Oculus-Sator missing a few, but eventually getting him, but ends up at their end nonetheless. And we're going to have a couple of bounces going on. Not a lot of boosting going, though, but Swaggernut's going to be a first one there as he's going to try and find himself over and under. He's going to take the shot, but just hits the post. And it's going to be a nice recovery here from Oculus-Sator, but he's just going to miss. And we're going to get that one going to Hasko. Could Hasko score this? But no, Anthony Gasolini going to be in the way.
Maybe rushing the shot just a little bit there. There were some people in proximity, but it was a teammate there. Of course, you know, Hasko, longtime player, experienced player, plenty good, but anytime you're dealing with substitute situations, obviously there's going to be, the chemistry isn't always going to be immediate, or the comms won't necessarily be right on par, but just about no better person you can get on the substitute end, maybe with an exception of Rocks, but, you know, I haven't actually seen him sub lately. He was getting those sub games in by the dozen, it seemed like, in those first few weeks.
No, maybe just a little bit of a step back. Obviously, coming in and trying to sub every game is always going to be interesting. Get a new experience every game as we get this passing going on from Team Skull-Crusaders, but just a miss over. But Soisy got to be recovered. Quickly taking my Swaggernuts, though, as he tries to get that one cleared over. Number 2 looks like the boost finally going to come in. Invictus might be able to get that, but Oculus-Sator going to get it, give it right away. Swaggernuts, nice block. He's going to challenge this goal. He's going to score.
There's some nice moves in there. A lot of brawling occurring there at the bottom of the ramp, but eventually found themselves their first couple points. So, you know, took maybe a few extra minutes. Just had to calm down, get those nerves out of the way. I mean, I can only imagine just coming into a competitive game for the first time, being streamed, and nerves can be at play sometimes. I know that was always the case when I was a player. Anytime you were streamed, especially for the first time of any season, it was a little bit extra special.
Especially having these great names like Caption and Palidore watching you.
Wow, ego much?
Specifically the other one, trying to let some load off, and Oculus-Sator going to try to get that one over, and he does right on a Princess there.
Yeah, nice one there for Skull-Crusaders, assisted by Soisy. But yeah, 4-2. I mean, already about 4 minutes into this match. A few goals between the two teams, but nothing too dramatic yet. Lanzan saying, mic volume not equal. Yeah, I could turn mine down. Caption's unfortunately at max at the moment, so I can turn mine down a little bit.
Not a lot of customization coming on with the headset. But maybe a little bit of a miss pass there. Princess going to be able to recover that one. Tries to go and get that cleared, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Not too much boosting, though, coming from Invictus. But as I say that, Swaggernaut's going to come out of nowhere and take that 2 points.
Very nice, getting that goal. Let me know also how the volume is here. Actually, I could turn desktop a little bit higher. Let's see. Didn't realize I had it down. Okay, this might be okay. Who knows? If it's still too imbalanced, let me know. I'll start whispering for you.
Have
Whisper
you F5 this as well?
Whatever do you mean? Of course I did.
Of course we would.
Of course I did
When
now.
would we ever not?
That's right, caption with the not-so-subtle reminder, because I did forget at the time. I had muted the players. But obviously, for those who did miss it, as that shot goes out, actually, and it's taken by Princess, we are leaving the public comms open, generally speaking. We will mute them sometimes in the pregame just so it's not getting in the way of, our amazing pregame analysis, but otherwise unmuted for the folks at home.
And a lot of good rotation coming here with the passes around the midfield. As Skull-Crusaders is going to get that once again. Hands it off to Filibust. Filibust still going to be challenged right away. Pass is just going to leave the hands of Soisy, but he's going to recover. But a good stun out coming from Princess as she's now looking for that pass back to Cyanide.
Cyanide does get that disc now, just pressured by Soisy. Here, some Haskell comms coming through. As that disc just sails into the bottom here. Skull-Crusaders going back on possession. All tied up still with 4 minutes remaining in this first round. And Filibust taking that disc, getting stunned by the mighty fist there. But still Princess retaining, only to be intercepted by Filibust.
Yeah, a lot of interceptions coming out this game so far as teams trying to get this one cleared, but always a player is there to challenge. As Haskell going to try to go for that in the classic get it coming out from Haskell. As they're going to try to pass out and across, but just going to hit the little bit of the obstacle there. Cyanide didn't get that, but stunned out right away from Skull-Crusaders. Skull-Crusaders looking to go down to the bottom.
Oh.
That could be a shot on, but just missed a little bit off the top. The good block coming out from Cyanide once again to get that recovery and get that disc cleared out to the other side.
Yeah, Skull-Crusaders been just bears mentioning every time he's been on stream lately. He's really putting on some big performances. Last time around that we did see Skull-Crusaders as Haskell takes it for Invictus, so hold that thought here. Snagging it out, those Filibust. Now, last time we saw Skull-Crusaders, it was in a 3-round overtime situation where they did actually pull a victory through over Chaos. It was a really fun game to close out that Sunday night in Week 5.
And good passing here as Soisy's going to challenge on the goal, hits off the backboard, and nothing much going to be happening there for the goalie as he's going to get it behind.
So now up by a pair of points, still 2:40 left in this one, and thus far it's Skull-Crusaders leading the way with just the 4 there. Soisy with his first 2 just a moment ago.
Joe's going to be on its way. Swaggernaut's going to be looking to get that pass off, and Swaggernaut is exactly going to do that as that back pass comes right back over to him. And a punch coming out from Filibust to take all that away. A good back pass going over here to Antgas. Antgas now looking over for his teammate Skull-Crusaders. Skull-Crusaders now got that disc, passes it over to Soisy. Good passing going on here for Skull-Crusaders, but just as it misses out of the hand of one of the players there, Soisy going to get stunned out by Skull-Crusaders to recover.
Didn't get rid of it quite early enough, so that will be just a turnover here. Had some defense draped over them for a solid couple seconds. But fortunately, Antgas does get back and find that pass over onto a Filibust. There's less than 2 minutes left. A narrow 2-point lead here for Skull-Crusaders as maybe lining up some passes as Skull-Crusader. We know him for his steezy moves, as you mentioned earlier on. But once it comes down to competitive play, he's a very willing passer, I've noticed.
And I think that goes for most of the players that are kind of in that regards, as we get a nice clear here coming from Skull-Crusaders. They are Invictus, sorry. They can't tie this game up, but a good steal coming here from Skull-Crusaders. He's going to be able to recover that, look to get it cleared. And that's what's going to happen is it ends up on the other side, the side of Skull-Crusaders. And it looks like they're a little bit faster.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
That might be a dagger coming in there from Skull-Crusaders.
Yeah, that one going through it, so a chance for Invictus to tie there, but Skull-Crusaders doing just the dirty work there, bringing his lunch pail to the arena, and yeah, I mean, causes a turnover. That could have been that tie game, comes back to the other side here, gets the offense in, so big turnaround to go up by 5 now instead of being tied up, and that very well may seal this for Skull-Crusaders, especially if they can play some good defense here for the next, I don't know, 15 seconds or so.
Skull-Crusaders has been the one this game kind of holding that possession time, as they're getting a lot of that possession, able to keep that. As you see here, they're just trying to slowly work themselves away. They end up getting it back in the offensive zone, but just taken away there. But a nice stun coming out. Soisy going to be able to take recovery. They can score this and really put this game away. Filibus going to go in and do exactly that.
11-4, and a strong way to end this round for Skull-Crusaders. It was only moments ago, it felt like, not even a minute, that it was a 2-point game, but now just pulling ahead in a much more strong fashion as this clock winds down. It will conclude 11-4.
Yeah, and those last endgame goals can really make a game look a lot not as close as it was, but this game, I think, actually played really well for at least 9 minutes worth. You had like a 1-goal game relatively the whole way through.
Yeah, exactly. So it's one of those situations where if they do come back, Invictus that is, or anyone really comes back to look at the scores later on, the VOD will tell a much deeper story about what happened there. For a first round for Invictus, I mean, still looking pretty good there. Like, kept it close, as we said. Some good defensive plays. We see a couple saves between Princess and Swagger, as well as several steals, outdoing Skull-Crusaders in that department. Swagger with 1 steal, 3 for Cyanide, 1 for Hasko, as well as 29 stuns, about double the amount. In fact, a little bit more than double the amount of the second and third highest stuns in the game. For Skull-Crusaders, though, Oculus Satyr coming through again with just a mammoth stat line for 1 round, considering. I mean, it's been consistent every time. He's putting a stat in every single category, and that streak is obviously continuing here tonight, with leading the way with the 7. Soisy with 2 points, Filibus with 2 points, and for Antgas, a save and a couple stuns.
Yes, not really one known for his offense, as he's more or less known for that nice defense and goalkeeping down at the back alley. As we have our next round here coming out for you. We have the boost about to come in just about right now, and let's see who's going to be away. Take this one. It's going to go on the side of Skull-Crusaders. The headbutt and almost recovery here, but just missed out of the hands. As it's going to go all the way down to the floor. Nice Cyanide coming in to get that back pass, and as Invictus looks to get it worked up, Soisy's going to ruin that, as he's going to get that steal going on. Antgas going to recover and look for a nice pass.
And some good defense once again. A lot of brawls, but unfortunately, just that clear led to the intercept back in the midline, and giving Skull-Crusaders a second chance tonight. Going to be dangerous. Their team play is getting better and better, as the chat points out there. Sputnik Cobra, in fact, saying has Skull-Crusaders with a good fundamental team play, and that's something that they've definitely been improving week to week. We saw a lot of peaks at that over in that Sunday match I talked about that went to OT, and they're just continuing so far with some nice team play.
Yeah, and a nice little grab here from Invictus as Cyanide, gets all the way down there. And a good pass coming over here to Princess. They're really spreading the floor. Going to be able to work that one down to Swagger.
Ooh.
Swagger's going to get stunned out before he can do much with that. Filibus looking to get clear, and a nice boost going to follow up that. See if they can recover this, get a goal, but just a little bit of an overshoot. But again, Invictus trying to come in, maybe a little bit of an overshoot on their part, but going to be able to recover that. Send that one down to Princess. Princess going to get that cleared with a nice block following that. See if they can get boosted down here. It looks like Invictus is going to be the sole survivors coming down here. Swagger Nuts looking at an open goal. He's just going to take his time and dunk that in.
It's about 44 seconds into that one. Finally got ourselves a goal to tie it up to a piece. And Swagger now getting himself on the board. So far, actually, all the points going to Swagger, it would seem, for his team. Cyanide does have 1 assist there. And, talking about, too, Skull-Crusaders earlier, about Oculus Satyr and Skull-Crusaders and how they kind of transitioning more into that team play, and it's good to see. Same for Invictus. I know that was one of the stories here, knowing these players are experienced players, very much so, but just in the pub sense. They haven't done competitive play too much before, if at all. So it's always an interesting story seeing how these teams kind of transition from that style of gameplay to the competitive scene. And so far, Invictus, obviously, chemistry is always going to take time, but I mean, you could still see immediately that skill at display.
As well, playing with a sub, so more than impressive stuff coming out here from Invictus, as they're trying to put on a show here and keeping close game here with Skull-Crusaders, who's been in this game for quite a while. Soisy now going to be able to take that one off the shoulder and going right down to the 5-hole there.
The what now?
the shoulder, as I think a lot of people call that one, the top block.
Yeah, sure. That's what I call it. I don't know what you called it, but I'm not going to ask again. So anyways, Invictus is going to roll out here and take it on the offense. There's still 7 minutes left, a little bit under in the second round. First round, for those that are just joining us in here, see the numbers continuing to pop up throughout the night as that one goes into the hands of Antgas. First round was 11-4, but as we kind of discussed at the end of that round, very misleading score. It was a 2-point game in that final minute. There was just a little miniature flurry from Skull to kind of make that differential bigger than it maybe was for the rest of the 9 minutes.
Yeah, we're seeing again. Nice passing coming here from Invictus. Princess going to take the shot, but just a little bit off the mark, off the top. Oculus are going to look to get this one cleared, but just going to stay around their midfield line as if they can get a boost and see if they can get this one back out. Oculus jumping around, going to do exactly that, but into the hands of Cyanide as he's in the right spot there. Just going to hit some geometry as it gets back in the hand of Invictus, but a good stun out again from Oculus. But all these players playing this midfield position, making it hard to try and get that disc cleared.
And getting it here, maybe Soisy first with just a few feet of space. Going for the 3 from outer space. That is a 12-meter, 17-meter per second throw from 12 meters out, I should say. And yeah, nice shot there to put them up now 7-2.
Great shot coming up from Soisy. Goalie just a little bit late getting in there, and Soisy did nothing but take advantage of that as he gets 3 points and putting his team up by a reasonable margin, especially for the way these games have been so far.
Yeah, it's one of those situations too where it's not an impossible lead to come back from, or for Invictus to close that gap on by any stretch. Although based on the pacing, like you said, definitely each goal means maybe a little bit more than it would on your average game. Right now, it's just a lot of brawling going on and these turnovers aplenty just based off of that defense and off that brawling. So we'll see how it turns out here in the last 5 minutes. But the stuns continue to ring out, and I'm sure Hasko probably playing a heavy part in that.
Indeed she is, as she's now coming in the game with 46 stuns, and we could be seeing a shot there, but just missing off the mark. Soisy not able to recover that as it just passes over his head. Invictus, though, looking to get that one. Gets it almost cleared out, just kind of hanging around that tunnel. Skull-Crusaders going to be able to find that one almost in their own side and sending that one back up and into the hands of Princess as she finally looks to get that one cleared. Nice safe and sound, all the players kind of clustered up. Invictus, though, maybe able to recover this. They could be looking at a leech, though. More than okay as Cyanide looks to get up, but stunned out in the bubble.
And that's the second time in this match we've kind of seen that, where it looks like, well, maybe Invictus has a breakaway. They've got the good boost. They've got the disc loose right under the goal, but that's the second time now that we've seen Skull-Crusaders, based off some nice speed, just get back and deny them in the last second or so. So rolling into this 2-point area will be Antgas taking it back as a stack gets broken up here, or rather they break themselves up to get on the defense for Invictus. Some more passes coming out here, though, for Filibus, as the turnover was, in fact, a thing, but then right back to the hands of Invictus, if only for a few seconds, as there are some Skull-Crusaders over on the other side to intercept.
And Oculator maybe looking to go for one of these shots here. That's what he's going to do.
That's so close.
Just misses off the top, and Soisy not able to pick that one up as Cyanide's going to get that, but the good time stun coming in from Soisy gets into the hands of Antgas. Antgas going to be looking for that pass over, just kind of creeping, looking, going to elect to go for that back pass. And a smart move is Filibus now going to be the one to work it up a little bit, and they're just playing this nice and slow, trying to save some time. Into the hands of Antgas. Antgas is going to go up that pole and shoot it right on the top of the goal.
9-2 here now for Skull-Crusaders, starting to pull away. 3.5 left, a little under 3.5 in fact, as we look at the scoreboard. And Soisy now catching up on fire too. Oculator was leading that first round for his team, but Soisy now with 9 points. But Filibus with 2, Antgas with 2, and each player on Skull-Crusaders with at least 1 assist, if not more. So that team play that Sputnik mentioned in chat coming through as that shot just goes off that pole. So missed opportunity, but still a rebound.
A close shot coming out from Oculator. He had all the time in the world. The Soisy just going to go for a little bit of a steady, almost straight-on spin there. Going to get stunned out from Hasko rather than whoever, but then Hasko to be able to get that stun, as we're going to see that bounce come in, but just maybe missing off the mark a little bit. Hasko not able to recover. Cyanide, though, stolen from Oculator from nowhere, as it's going to try to get cleared, and not quite, as it ends up back in the hands of Cyanide.
Cyanide taking that over here as the goalie continues to be bothered. Hasko just stunning the lights out of Antgas right now, to her delight, I'm sure, as they go in for maybe another pass and couldn't quite get it there. Again, Antgas just a handful of Well, hands full of Haskell just sitting there, stunning him over and over and over as he goes over for the goal. So despite all the punching, it ends up being Ant Gas with a little revenge on the offense.
Yeah, and a good spot for Oculus-Hater to put that is it almost looks like it could be a shot attempt, so the goalie relatively has to fade back to goal to try and protect that, and Antcast just finding himself in the perfect spot behind the goal to get that dunk.
And now in this final 145 of round 2, the Skull-Crusaders now matching their scoring total from that first round. They will get an intercept here, looking for a pass as it goes to Philip Bus, but needs to get rid of that one just the same, and it does, but it will just be a ricocheted clear that goes back to Swagger.
Swagger's going to look to get that one out as well, but good coverage again coming up from Oculus-Hater as he's going to move this one up to Soisy. Soisy going to get stunned out from Haskell. Philibus coming in, but Cyanide showing his best Scott Sterling impression as it hits off his head and into the hands of Antgas.
Scott Sterling, who's that? Going
That
in, Philibus for a, well, that was a Sterling grab there by Princess, and I guess if anyone's going to have Sterling, it's going to be a Princess, right?
Possibly. Maybe not in Scott Sterling's case, but nonetheless, Oculus-Hater are going to be able to get that one down to the bottom and recovered here from Princess, speak of the devil, and going to be cleared back over to the other side, just heading off that little piece of geometry there. Cyanide able to recover that, though, as he's going to look to get this one passed or cleared. Pass, it's going to be into the hands of Swagger. Swagger's going to hit a bounce and just going to miss off the side.
And with 30 seconds left, certainly a victory going to be here for Skull-Crusaders. Going to complete the sweep over the debuting Invictus, but still, as that shot does go through here for Oculus-Hater, very nice as he fades back. It will be a nice debut, I feel like, for Invictus. I mean, yes, it got a little out of hand in the final minutes of both these rounds, but again, that's just going to come down to experience and chemistry. I feel, Invictus may be just in a position where Skull-Crusaders were only a few weeks back. So, give it a little bit of time to gel, and I think Invictus should be quite all right as we continue the season.
Yeah, and you look at these really high-level teams and think it's really hard to reach them. Of course, they're all individually skilled, but that's not what separates them apart from each other. Of course, all these players have been playing together for such a long time, so that's all relatively what it stems down to, is you're willing to play as a team and stick together, and it'll pay off.
And really nice, too, just to hear all the good games, the cheeriness, no one sounding too deflated, just, happy to be debuting and be on stream and playing Echo Arena, game we love and might have to see a lot of in the coming weeks if everyone's going to be stuck indoors. We'll see. But yeah, thank goodness for VR, right?
Thank goodness for VR. And we could be stuck indoors and still have human interaction. Good for us.
Exactly. Good for us. See, I knew there'd be a day where us gaming hobbits just ruled over the world. It's coming. It's coming!
And all it took was a
zombie apocalypse. Oh, yes. All it took was an almost zombie apocalypse. Ideally not, though.
Almost.
But all right, we do have another match real quick. So the stats right there for you. 10 points leading the way for Skull-Crusaders is Oculus-Hater. A lot of assists between all their teammates. Over Swagger Nuts with the lead for Invictus. Yeah, just impressive. And Haskell with 65 stuns. Very, very well ahead of everyone else in that department to a ridiculous degree. But yeah, with that said, can't stick around too long because, well, we have a huge match up now right around the corner. Will be Nfinite versus Kangorillaz. Two teams obviously having great seasons and just on fire lately has been Nfinite, despite they did lose their match to Joker over Sunday. But that game aside, they've otherwise won 6 of their last 8. Kangorillaz, meanwhile, they've only lost 1 this entire season. That was to Flare a couple weeks ago. So both these teams just on another kind of level at the moment. So we're going to go right to that in just a moment and be back with that match. everybody. Welcome right back to the stream. Oh, well, I guess we're starting right away. Teams have been pinged, ponged, and we're ready to go with Infinite versus Kangorillaz. I'm Palidore, joined by Captio here on the commentary booth, and we're about ready to start round 1 here in VR Master League, Wednesday night. And I am very excited. Whoa, what happened there? Is that only me?
A headbutt had happened as Strembitsky is going to take reback over possession. Get the one over to Sealables. Loveridge, though, gonna get out of there, but just out of the hands. But nice bounce gonna come from Loveridge as he has an open shot, and he's not gonna miss that opportunity.
Not at all. That is a quick start there. The initial headbutt just looked funky on my screen, so I was a bit surprised. But that could just be a me thing. I don't know. I'm a strange dude. But over here it will be a shot, yeah, from Loveridge, and it's a quick opener. Mentioned everyone joining. I mean, it's 30 people in the chat right now in the Twitch, viewing from home and around the world in all kinds of excitement. These two teams on fire, but something has got to give, as is usually the case.
Now, one of these teams is going to have to win. One of them is going to have to lose as a
What?
cross pass is going to come out here to Palace. And Andy just missing the shot down low. Going to be able to get recovered here from Kango as Kango going to send that one down the tunnel. Good slap coming out. And this is where you're going to see this boosting race come out. Kango going to be leading the charge here. But goalie's coming in, but Strem doesn't care. He's going to put that one away.
Using it right now.
Yeah, got that shot right there. The defense almost right in the face, retreating, but 5 points for Kangorillaz in quick fashion.
Around a minute and a bit in as Kango has already taken that 5-0 lead, as you mentioned. We're going to have this boost, though, come out here from Infinite. Going to be able to take this one over on offense. Zach going to be able to get that one over to his brother Andy. Or, sorry, that was Palace. Palace, though.
His brother Palace. There's 3 brothers on the W side of the family now.
Could a lot more than what you think, as we're going to have this passing game go on. YouTube getting that over to Palace. Palace right over to Andy. Andy's going to make the move, but the Duck's not going to go anywhere as he gets stunned out.
And Mad will take it over here as Andy does encroach on him, still gets rid of the disc, but only dumps it off into the pocket where it's a rebound going to YouTube. YouTube finding Zach W. Zach to Andy W. and giving them a lot of trouble there in the goal for their first 2. So finally, after a few goes at it and a few back and forth possession changes, we got ourselves a 3-point match here.
Yeah, and the good passing going around all around here for Team Infinite, as they're able to kind of get that disc worked around and finding that pass low. And a good intercept coming out here from Zach. Zach's just going to take some time, get that one over to YouTube. YouTube's going to take his time as well, but a stun out going to come out as he just kind of wanders on into that bubble. But a boost here coming from Zach. He's going to be able to reset that one back into the hands of YouTube.
Interesting from Palace, too, over there. When that disc flew by him, he had 2 defenders from Kango's there. Instead of going for the disc, he just kind of occupied them for an extra second to let the rest of his teammates get back. So at least nothing else bought them some time. The possession did change, granted, but still. Just going for those brawls.
Big brawling coming from both sides, and big boosting is what you're going to see coming from both these teams. As Steelable brings this one up and puts it right in.
7-2 for Kangorillaz. A pretty quick start on the scoring end of things. Only 3 minutes in, we've already got ourselves 9 combined points. Not a surprise. We obviously know that these two teams are full of offensive powerhouses, but just the same defense. Definitely both teams are really capable of that lockdown defense that we see. So interesting to see kind of what wins out in the end, I suppose. But so far, pretty fast pace.
Yeah, fast pace is exactly what you're going to see here, is that headbutt maybe comes in. I didn't think it was a headbutt. I didn't see anything, but that was a weird bounce taken by that disc, as Strembitsky's going to be able to get that one down, but just missing out. Palace has the disc, going to fake that one over. YouTube's going to be able to recover that one, get that into the hands of Mad. That big play is all coming from the tunnel as they're finally able to relieve this pressure. Palace now is going to be able to try and get that one cleared, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
And more importantly here, maybe a boost really fast, but oh, the 3, 4, 5 overshoots from both teams it looked like. So we'll eventually go back to the Kangorillaz, who do get it off to Loveridge. Loveridge opened up that match with a nice 3. Let's see what he does here. Does find a soft one to Strem, who just loses it to Andy now.
Yeah, Andy with the nice little slap back all the way down to their side as they're looking at an open net themselves and not going to make any mistake there as they put that one in.
You might have heard it there. A great shot from Palace, but I'm going to give you a quick look at the stats because we got a restart coming, it sounds like. Little tech break unless they change their mind immediately, but I heard restarts mouth from both of the teams, so. You can hear in the background someone yelling, "Hit restart, boys!" There you go. Got it. So there's your stats. They are now wiped. Hopefully they took note of the times and scores because I was too busy talking and holding my finger on the tab button to really do that.
I was too busy staring in the distance, so I can also not remember anything.
This is all Skinny's fault. He's fired.
Yes, I agree with you.
Shout out to Skinny, wherever you may be.
For being fired.
Yeah, for being fired. Cheers.
I don't know, 5 minutes has already passed in this game. It's how fun this game is to watch.
Yeah, it's been a good one so far. No doubt. A lot of scores between these two teams. Plenty of the boosting that we're used to seeing, that speed. Always on top of their games. And yeah, just kind of the start we expected. We knew no matter what, whether it was going to be low scoring or high scoring, had a good feeling that this match in particular was not going to be one of those ones where either team's just going to pull. I hope I'm not jinxing it by saying that, but one of those matches where they just come out and
Master's Curse.
Yeah, so I'll have to uncurse it at some point. But I mean, the last time these teams did face off was over on Wednesday, February 19th. Just checking that out right now. It went to 2 rounds only. It was a 2-round sweep for Kangorillaz. A total differential of 21-11. So honestly, not that big of a gap by any stretch. I mean, it was close, but Kango's coming through with that. But with that said, a lot has changed since February 19th for Nfinite. I mean, only a few short weeks. And yet, like I mentioned earlier on, they've been really on fire late. Just winning just about everything over the last few weeks, except against Joker, just that one match. But otherwise, after that slow start, Nfinite has been really rolling and looking like the Nfinite we kind of expected.
Yeah, that loss to Joker, definitely nothing to be fretted as. Is how hot Joker's been. The wins they've been able to pull out the past couple of days, 22-20, is more of a scoreline that's more impressive playing against that hot of a team than you would think.
Yeah, just a great game to cast. Fun matches all around. And the race really here in the North American scene just been very, very tight there at the top. It seems like no one is holding their spots really at number 1 or number 2 even. Not just week to week, but even day to day. I mean, it can just change on a dime, it seems like. And it kind of has been. I think, Joker right now starting to find their stride. Talk about teams that are on fire, and exactly, well, Joker is one of those players too. But just between those top few slots, the fight is stronger than ever, and it's really anyone's guess as to who or which of these teams do end up in that number 1 slot by the end of things, if any. I mean, you could easily see any of the other gold teams coming through for those spots in the next 6 weeks or so of Season 1. So a lot can happen in that amount of time, as we've seen so far.
That 13-10 MMR is definitely something to fret over, though, as Kangorillaz next best 20 down at 1290, so
yeah,
13-10 is holding a little bit of a comfortable spot, and Nfinite, the 3rd place, 1270.
Although keep in mind too that the MMRs there are rounded to the 10s, so not necessarily a 20-point gap. It could be a bit less, and probably is. But yeah, Joker again. There are only a couple losses against them, but I think the part of it is the fact that they started this season. Team Joker started this season with such a high MMR compared to Kang, who was coming down from the 5th place spot from preseason.
Now, Palidore, I don't want to interrupt you, but I don't know if you can hear this as well. I am hearing a pretty intense game of rock, paper, scissors going on somewhere around this arena.
This guy ain't nothing. This guy ain't nothing.
I'm just going to be quiet and watch.
Rock, paper,
As we're going to join in.
You're going to be quiet and watch.
I was going to cast it.
For the people at home, here's an instant replay of that moment, I guess.
Yo, that's more hype than World Finals. Goddamn.
Oh, no.
And that's why we don't get any more money.
Oh, no.
Palace really taking over control there as he celebrates in the middle. Great game coming from Palace.
Undefeated.
Yeah, so right now I guess we gotta start record tracking some of these ones.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna have to
VRML rock paper scissors edition.
Yeah.
VRML RPS. Is that too many letters?
Glad to say Palace is the #1 ranked rock paper scissors player in Echo Arena right now.
Why are we cheering for Rocktor? What did Rocktor do?
I don't know. Maybe it's because he has some Rock.
Oh,
paper,
I get it, I
scissors,
get it.
Rock, Tor.
I get it. Rocktor, he's
paper,
on.
Scissors.
Oh no. Rocktor is on the Kangorillaz, actually. I forgot about that, but he is technically their 5th roster player. So they're cheering on a Rocktor join, it would
Rocktor's
seem.
on our team, Palidore. Come on, get with it, you dummy.
Sealable bag in the chat there, but I'm assuming we're 6 seconds delayed, so what he won't know is I said that before he said that. So Sealable, you're the sort of dummy.
Yeah.
You punk. Go back to Tarkov.
Yeah.
No, I heard you say it, Palidore. It's only 2-second delay.
Is not.
I heard you say it, I was just waiting.
This is an argument that we can win because we can just press F5.
I waited an extra 5 seconds. Is 2. Fuck.
Whoa!
As he says that 7 seconds late.
You're so fired, Sealable bag.
Ooh.
Yes.
Also, all right, sorry, I'm getting distracted by all the shenanigans here. Let me back off into the darkness. Because there is a message from Strem in the Discord saying tracking was broken, no controllers or even headset. No, I'm going to escape you, Sealable. I'm going very far away until I can't hear you no more. I could mute, but that's less fun. Anyway, Strem saying tracking is broken, no controllers, restarting, and having Strem's getting hung on the white screen now, so trying to wait for a few minutes there. Looks like we did actually get him as I say that, so you know what? Reverse Caster's Curse. I'm feeling good about this match now.
And that's the way we want to have it. Well, I mean, reverse Caster's Curse can still be Caster's Curse, depending on who it affects.
Well, I'm all kinds of confused now. My brain is tied in a knot, but sure, I agree with your judgment. We'll say that.
Well,
End of the
this has
day,
been
I'm just hoping for good games. Good remaining game.
and it looks like crowd's not really pleased as Rocktor not able to make his way into this game.
What if they actually
Unfortunate circumstances are going to come as Strembitsky is going to come back over here.
Yeah, somewhere out there now, Rocktor just kind of shrugging his shoulders, taking off the gloves, and
Scissors clip is awesome. It's so the rock
And
paper scissors
exactly
clip
where
is so
I
awesome.
might think to see them, and VRML Spectator is going to be the place to see a couple of people chilling out and hanging out, watching the game.
We're having a good time. Leave us alone.
Okay. Sorry.
just replaying the rock, paper, scissors for them because they were enjoying it, apparently. It was good. We have fun here in VRML, even with the tech issues. Doesn't matter. It's a good time. It's a good game.
Probably the most eventful game we've had for a long while is not only have we played a very good game, we have introduced
Hey,
the VRML Echo Arena Rock, Paper, Scissors Championship.
I accidentally activated Siri when I said that. Yes! Yes. Echo, Rock, Tor, Paper, Scissors. VRML, RRPS. LOL. Bruh. I don't
Very
know.
excited to see who can take #1 spot for Echo Arena RPS.
Soon to be followed by the Echo Arena RPG D&D Knights.
Ooh. As Jaywalker coming in saying he will inevitably be one of the best players in RPS.
I believe it. Got the youthful exuberance there. The quick reflexes on the rock, paper, scissors. Back in my time when I was a young lad, I used to be the best in rock, paper, scissors. I have no idea. But anyway, let's see. We got the clock set. We got the score set. We even have the disc set. That's a rarity. Doesn't happen that often. Usually
First try.
it always ends up in middle, but I'm happy to report that's not the case. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue this first round, be a joust by Kangorillaz and Mad taking the disc. Here we go.
Loveridge going to be able to get that passing going, but just missed out of the hands of Mad as he gets that one back all the way to Strembitsky. Strembitsky going to bounce that one back over to Mad as they're just moving this one around in their little triangle back in their own end there. Strembitsky once again going to get that reset pass and sends it to the bottom of tunnel to no avail as that might head now back in the hands of Zach W. Zach W. going to be able to get that one to Andy. Andy's going to go for the shot, just misses off the side though.
Tough one there. Could have been great to take a lead, but still back on the offense, so they have some options. Andy's down below. They've got the reset, as almost always is the case for Nfinite. They're not going to be afraid to reset if they don't like the shot opportunity, and that's exactly what they're doing here with under 5 minutes left to go in this first round after that intermission. So going in now on a mission, it's Zach W. Finally gets the goal. Not the 3 that he wanted earlier, but a tie just the same.
Gonna be able to get that one a good spot, though, as Zach's going to shoot an absolute laser to the top corner of that goal. Almost no chance for the goalie to save that one.
A good shot off of some good patience. It's what you like to see from these top teams, playing those passing games. And, especially after a brief tech break like we saw, sometimes you can get a little off rhythm, so it's good for Infinite. They're just able to reset, maybe set themselves up for one more, but no way. Loveridge in the way, makes that play, and a great save from Love.
YouTube going to be able to recover that, but the ridiculous boost from Kangorillaz is going to come out as Loveridge now has it. Going to look to get that one cleared out, and that's where it's going to go as it ends up in the other side. But that boost from Infinite is going to be there. Sealable going to get that, but just misses off the goal. Strembitsky now looking at the back and into Sealable's hands.
Nice recognition there from Seal. He's someone who you'll recognize, just a great teammate. Anytime he's on the floor, he's always looking for the best opportunities, whether he's playing on Kangorillaz or even if it's just private matches. Granted, things could have changed in the last couple months since I played with him in a private, but otherwise, he's just a great teammate to have, always distributing and looking for the best options.
That is for sure, as we're going to see this one go into Infinite's hand as they're going to keep this game close. Annie going to go to back up, but just out of the hands of Palace as he tries to go for that back pass, but Palace going to be able to recover that one quite safely and cross that one right over into the hands of Zach. Zach now with a couple of options there looking over. Palace is going to be the one he goes to. Palace going to send that one back over to Zach. Slow passing going to come as they go and get this reset back over to YouTube.
So again, we're seeing that patience at play. For Infinite, they're down by 2. That one being knocked loose, however. So under 3 minutes left, down 2, and especially if this kind of pacing continues, and we know Kangorillaz are more than willing to play that slow game also and back pass it. So every goal is going to be very important now. This one, maybe, indeed, will go in. Man, flinging it, and up by 4 on that assault from Kango.
Yeah, maybe some good stuns coming in from the backfield there, as didn't look like YouTube was getting much defensive help left against a 1v2 situation. They took advantage of that and just took it in nice and slow and dunked it on him.
Twitch chat saying, Rock's there. Pally, blue on right, always. I'm trying. If you haven't noticed, I'm trying to make a concentrated effort to keep it on the right side. So, yeah, eat it. I don't know. Zach W resetting here to YouTube now.
YouTube looking over for Palace. Palace slowly moving his way up as he has YouTube across. That's where he's going to go, but just hits off a bounce a little bit, but a good bounce as it's going to hit in the hands of Zach. Zach's going to bounce that one up. A lot of bouncing going on here as we're going to get a clear off, but hitting off some obstacles there as it's not able to get clear, but that good boost going to come out from Kangorillaz.
Oh, perfect, too.
Getting that shot. Sorry, that was Strembitsky as he takes that backhand and puts it right in.
What a fortunate roll out there. I mean, rolled off that ramp, that stack was coming, and then just managed to find Strem directly for the shot from down under. So looking good with a final 90 seconds, 80 seconds in fact, as this launch goes out now. And for Kangos, they're in good position to take this first round.
And YouTube going to be the one taking it out there. A nice back pass going to him, giving him the second opportunity. Going to be able to get that one to Zach. Zach slowly making his way up and into the hands of Palace. It goes. Palace going to be able to cross that one over to Andy. Andy now looking at that 2v1 as he's going to elect to send that one back over to YouTube, but just out of the hands of Andy as Mad's going to be there to take that one away, maybe looking for a teammate or a possible clear.
A lot of time now just kind of being wasted on this possession. Just unfortunately for Infinite, can't convert on anything there. Or Kangorillaz, rather, as Infinite tries. Kangorillaz tried to go into the goal, but again, this is one of those cases where they don't really need to score. They probably will, but I kind of expect that they might be waiting until the time is under 20 or around 20 seconds just to get that last shot. Maybe alive. We'll see here as that pass goes out, but no, just missing the hands. So hey, right back to Infinite with a little time to spare and gets it snared instead as it floats out and some ums coming out from someone.
You didn't need it.
And some more ums come out as the disc is going to put down to the bottom as Infinite not going to be able to have a chance to come back here as they're just going to try to get this one cleared out. That seems to be the game as Kangorillaz is going to take this one 14-7 in the first game over Infinite.
Admittedly, a little bit disjointed last couple of minutes there. I think maybe the reset paid a little bit took a little bit of the steam off of both these teams, but still Kangorillaz finding enough steam to roll on ahead for the 14-7 win in round one. And yeah, I mean, Already 25 minutes past the start time too, so we do in fact have, just by the by, another match scheduled between Skull-Crusaders and 6 Foot Over coming after this. Ideally, hoping that they do wait and we can stream them just fine, but I can only assume they're maybe paying attention to this match now, so definitely we'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. If you wait, if you decide not to, also fine, just let me know in the Discord if nothing else, via a ping, so I don't miss it once we're done with this game.
This game just waiting to get off the hand for that second round, could even be seeing a third round. Of course, anything would be possible here, especially in a game like this with two Titans right now.
Yeah, no scores for you guys, by the way. I mean, it would have only been half a round anyway. And the teams, I'm very impressed with the teams on the reset. They reset there even to get the 10 minutes correctly. They got the disc reset correct the first time. These guys are on top of it, making life easier.
Yes, of course, any life easier for us is an easier life, I suppose.
Yeah, that's math.
Yes.
Yes. Glad to have you.
Glad to be here.
Word.
Thought I heard both teams ready up as...
Whoa, yeah. Caption, you just went robo mode there for a second. But I think what you're getting at is both these teams readied up, you think, maybe soon. I don't know. We got the intermission because of that reset, so 12 seconds left on that one, and then after that, we'll have our joust. So don't you worry, don't you fret. We're getting right back to the game. I bet. Okay, so indeed we do have our game ready to start off here. Our second round, that is. We'll get back to that in a moment. Oop. I did the wrong thing, so you can enjoy a second round badge maybe. But we will go here now with a badge and badge inception. I heard you like badges. Caption, are you in the channel?
I think
okay,
I'm back.
you're good, you're good.
I'm refreshed.
Oh, are you not in the game anymore?
No, I'm in the game. My headset crashed, as in my streaming mic as Sealable is going to go off the backboard, but not a lot going to happen there.
Yeah, never mind the headset. We got some gameplay here for you as Kang and Infinite roll out in this second round, going for that deep mid clear. And look at those boosts, so fast, but so many overshoots as well. And that's kind of the problem when you're pressing the speeds as much as you are. It's even easier to overshoot those. The margin's so small.
A good back pass going over to YouTube as they look to set up here. YouTube's going to look to hold on to that one, get that one over into the hands of Zach. Zach's going to be looking, but Strembinski from behind isn't going to let him go anywhere as he's going to send that one back down to their end.
And right off to the other side, neither team this time for a change getting an incredibly fast boost as a backwards fling from Andy does eventually reach. That was going to be dangerous as well. Palace, but Palace gets it to YouTube and does get the clear. That's going on through, maybe even for a breakaway goal here with just one in the goal. 2-on-1 gets it done. Andy W. First couple points in round 2 for Infinite.
Yeah, and that good boost coming out from the back of Infinite as they get that clear going, gets that one-on-one against the goalie. Andy not going to take any hesitation, any struggle there. He's just going to show it and then put it exactly where he showed it, put it over the goalie.
So a couple minutes expired here, a minute and a half to be more specific, as a short rollout gets cut off nicely. You see that from Infinite. They were really cutting that lane right apart to pressure a tough pass, and will make maybe a turnover occur here. We'll see. But Mad will get this for Kangorillaz right back.
Yeah, Mad staying back there, able to pick up that interception as he does exactly and puts back in their hands. YouTube going to be doing his best impression of Mad there, except he gives it right back to Sealable, but going to be in the hands of Palace, as Palace is going to try to get that one out, but the boost coming out from Kango. Well, we follow here from the boost from Palace, but he's not going to be able to get there in time as it slowly moved over to the side of Kango with that nice boost going to come out, looking at maybe an open goal, but YouTube's going to be able to recover, get back there into the hands of Mad. Mad's going to have a lot of space to play with. He's going to bring that one to Loveridge. Loveridge sending that down to Sealable. Sealable able to put that one in on YouTube.
So tied right up there off a quick shot from just below. Lots of good defense again being at play. I was just kind of eyeing the mini-map too, all the way down the floor. And for a while, Strem was bothering one of those Infinite stacks just to buy Seal and his other teammates there some time. And eventually did get them the goal.
This good passing here going to come out from the side as Infinite, as no errors are going to be made, and they get that one in the hands of Andy, who's going to send that one back down to YouTube. YouTube sees Zach wide open over in the corner there. Zach gonna be looking to see if he can get that cross pass, but nothing much gonna be happening as he goes off the pull and puts that one beautifully behind that goalie there.
Took it in himself. I thought he was eyeing that pass for sure, but you know, throwing in those moves sometimes does buy you those extra opportunities. Does take the goalies a bit off guard. So, yeah, right into it, and why not? He had the lane and found the 2 points. So 4-2 with 6:40 left in the second round here.
Kango gonna be able to try and play this one a little bit slower as it's gonna end up in the hands of Sealable, but just a little bit off the mark, but gonna take a good bounce for Strembitsky as he gets that one back over to Sealable, but Andy reading that beautifully as he gets that over. Palace now gonna take control, just tries to get that one cleared out over to the tunnel, though taking a little bit of an otter bounce, but gonna be able to end up in the hands of Kango nonetheless.
And so Kanga with possession back here, looking to dish a few passes in quick succession, kind of forced there by the tough Infinite defense. Always a struggle to deal with for any team going up against the likes of them, and especially when they're, you know, at their best, which, as I mentioned, lately they have been. But Mad looking to still break through here as they do go for that reset and just find their angles. There's a triangle formation at play already. And some two-man game just as well, perhaps from Seal and Loveridge. That one, just a turnover, nicely played in the lanes from Andy.
Yeah, and some good man coverage coming from Infinite as they were covering practically every person on the on their side there. As not much was being able to have from Team Kangorillaz. That stun's going to come in, but Mad's going to be able to recover that one, get that one over to Sealable. Sealable looking over for a pass, but just that stun coming out at the last second. Zach going to be able to get this one sent over with that good boost coming out from Infinite. But again, just too fast to handle that. Andy, though, going to get that one to Palace. Palace is going to put that one in the bottom, take that 6-2 lead.
Great delivery there, and patience at play. There was a lot of scrambled defense back and forth across that entire 80 meters. Is that correct? I believe it's 80 meters across from full court. But either way, just a big marathon across the floor. No, more like a sprint, but still the concentration to find the great assists and find a 4-point lead now with a 4:47 remaining.
Maybe a little bit of a mistake there as Kango not able to get it out of their end, but that boost going to come in more than fine. But the goalie stunned out, so not able to get that. Andy going to take this one over to the hands of Palace. Palace isn't going to make any mistakes as he puts that one down the bottom of the goal.
Right back again. Is that the same duo as last time as well, Andy to Palace? Either way, just the offense looking really on point, well-oiled for Infinite here as we see the 4 points for Palace, as well as a couple for Andy and Zach, and then 2 assists for Andy. Again, reminder that those are the stats just from this round because there was a reset. But yes, looking really good in the team play department. Kango's just trying to stop a little bit of the bleeding and find themselves a good scoring opportunity here if they can.
Strem able to pretty much walk this up as he gets that pass coming from Stealable Bag, able to put that one on the goalie right on YouTube, able to get that 2 points, catch them up a little bit.
That was good look from Strem there. I mean, they were almost going for the same type of play that Infinite did the last couple times around where they go to that backboard pass. Infinite was well prepared for it. I mean, got to feel obviously part of their playbook in this round, so they were well aware of it, but still Strem just in the right place, right time, now looking for a dime over to Loveridge. Right back to Strem, and Strem will sling that one in, taking the 7-point total here. It's still down by 1, but a good look from Kangorillaz now for some back-to-back goals.
And just like that, down to 6 to down to 1 as they get 5 quick points, is playing some really good defense, really defending that joust for against Infinite really well as they get that steal and that ever so important 3 points.
So Andy here just trying to maintain control. For as much of a nice roll they got started off on, Kangorillaz now starting to build some steam. So right there, they want to score if they can. They do. There's a couple more and back up by 3. So at least have that little buffer, knowing that at worst, Kang can only tie this with another shot in these final few minutes.
And Andy with that quick flick, throwing Matt off guard maybe a little bit as he flicks it up top and just holds on to it for another couple of seconds and just puts it right down his chest.
So Mad now will take this. Get it. It's stolen by Zach, so maybe some more goals back-to-back, but no, it will be right here. An intercept, back and forth, bounce shot, looking almost good, but not quite good enough as Andy takes that Soft pass down low. That's going to be quickly converged on by a trio of defenders from Kangorillaz. And now Nfinite trying to play that passing lane, the patient game, but Kango's not really leaving them much quarter as going in there for a couple more. It's Andy W's 12-7 now for Nfinite.
Great passing, working around, great awareness to try to reset that one instead of consistently just push up on the goal as they reset it and move it right back up. And it pays off as Andy gets it on the backboard and just puts it in.
So more and more likely now is this game 3, it looks like. This round 3, I should say. I mean, it's still possible here for a comeback, but Kangorillaz, they're going to be a little bit on the, I guess, on the burner here, just trying to come back, feeling the heat from this nice Nfinite second round. Just after that first loss, they're really looking great in round 2 with one more pass though from Kangorillaz, so they're not dead yet. They bring it right back to 3.
And good cross pass coming here from Kangorillaz, and again, just the patience and all this fake passing. You never know where it's going to go, and they find it going up to the top where you're going to have a diving Kango player able to put that one in.
A minute left here. Nfinite priority is just maintaining control. Look at that rocket of a boost coming in from Loveridge as the Kangorillaz try and get their stacks back and back to the front line.
Maintain control is not looking like what they're going to be doing here as it's into the hands of Kango, but a little bit of a mispass, but Mag going to be able to recover that. But Andy coming right out, going to be going for this shot and just maybe a little bit off the mark, but recovered here from Andy himself as he ducks, gets that dunk and puts it right on in.
And being almost suffocated by a pair of Kangorillaz defenders didn't matter. Still got the couple points to most likely, looks like, seal this one and force us round 3, so Kango's still going to try and close this gap the best they can regardless, but yeah, we're looking more and more likely here, to no one's surprise perhaps, that we are in fact going to go to that third round.
Yeah, and it's always what you want to kind of see from these kind of games is 15 seconds are left, and that's going to do it for the game as we are going to officially get a round 3 here, 14-11 being the score.
Nice win from Nfinite after that first one, so yeah, forcing that round 3 to everyone's pleasure and whatnot. The entertainment factor in this game very high, despite the even during the tech breaks, it was still entertaining thanks to the personalities, I guess, on these two teams. Always fun to listen to. I was a little bit worried coming into the open comm situation with this team. Not gonna lie, Sealable made me pay once for it already, but just in a minor way. It's all good. It's fun listening to these guys, and especially in between what is intense matches, they have a little bit of levity in between.
Always got to bring it up a little bit of fun as it's serious to fun. It's like every sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't make that comparison enough because there's no truer statement than saying that Echo Arena is a sport. It shares just as much with a real-life sport than it does a video game, perhaps even more so at times, depending on who you ask. But in my opinion, just the most unique of video games here that really give you an experience you really can't get anywhere else but a game like Echo and in VR, more importantly. So seeing those stats right there, it's Andy in that second round. Again, these are just one round's worth of stats because of the reset. But Andy with 8 points, 2 assists. 2 points and 2 assists for Zach. Palace with 4. YouTube with 10 stuns. For Kangorillaz, it was 7 for Strem, and then a pair of points for Sealable and Loveridge. Then Mad with 15 stuns and a save.
All right, and game 3 about to be on its way. Winner take all for this match as we're going to have the boost come out. Kangorillaz is going to be able to get that, but just out of the hands of Sealable as Nfinite able to recover that, but not until it's going to hit off the head, I believe, of a player of Kango's as he tries to get that one across. Loveridge is going to be looking there to get that back pass going. That's where it's going to go into the hands of Mad. Mad now looking to slowly bring this one up. A good cross pass now going to Strem as they just try to set themselves up for some offense. Strem, though, that good man defense coming from Nfinite as Mad now coming in. He's going to do some spinning around into the hands of Loveridge. Loveridge going to get that to Strem, and Strem going to put that one in.
Wow. Love the passes there from Kangos. That was so calm and collected despite being in a situation where, quite honestly, any other team would get super frantic in most cases. But just, yeah, look at that. Maneuvering around was Mad. Still opted for the extra pass and just so calm on that approach despite all of that defense being played.
And And that fast boost coming out here from Kango as they get to that QB really quick. But Andy gonna put on some moves as his own as he gets around Strem and gets that pass going over to Palace. Palace now going to be able to get that one to Zach. And again, the reset here coming from Infinite as they all just try to collect themselves, try to get this disc moved up maybe a little bit more into the hands of Palace. Palace going to be able to send that one up to Andy. Andy now looking to give that once again back to Palace. Palace right back over to Andy. And a lot of back and forth passing here, but Strembitsky going to be able to recover that.
Almost juking me out with all those passes, but despite what was a good series, they couldn't string together quite enough to actually find the goal. And as a result, Kango will have at least a chance, but that will just bounce off that pole. And right back to Kango again, if only for a second, because YouTube gets the stun, tries to avoid some defenders, look for the clear, the boost, but the clear only going back to their own side. Self-pass.
Yeah, a couple chances almost coming from every player. YouTube having a couple chances on that clear, a couple chances from Kango's on that shot, but nonetheless going to be able to find the hands of Strembitsky here as that clear is going to go where he's trying to hide. And now slowly moving it up is the side of Kango's. Strembitsky going to be looking it over, gets that one to Mad, and another reset here coming from Loveridge. Loveridge going to be able to move that one up to Sealable Bag, and Sealable getting it once again back in the hands of Mad. They're going to be playing this close triangle down midfield. Now they're going to get themselves working up as they're going to find it into the hands of Strem. Strem's going to be able to take that one low. Good goal coming from Strem.
Great up and under move from Strembitsky, going high, then going low, and right into the goal. Not much you can do about that unless you're well prepared. Strem is one of those players who doesn't, it does have a variety of moves they can pull out of the bag. Not to be confused with the sealable bag, but his offensive bag of tricks. He does have a lot of ways he can score it.
Instead for a lot of strikers here in A, but Strembitsky being always one of the more notable ones as Zach's going to be dancing around that block a little bit, tries to get that one into the hands of his brother Andy, but it's just going to miss out of the hands. But YouTube going to be playing that perfectly as he gets that read going on, and again that back and forth passing from Infinite front to back as they're going to find that one over to Palace. Palace now getting that one over to Zach. Zach putting on the moves, but it's just going to hit off the post, recovered from Loveridge. Loveridge going to try to get that one cleared, but just hits off the edge of the tunnel.
So again, we see another one of those dings that just costing maybe a goal there, despite the otherwise good look. But look at that one quickly on that approach, and maybe Infinite not going to feel happy about that one because could have been avoided, but at the same time, Kangorillaz just got that speed together like it was nothing in a blink of an eye practically.
Yeah, Palace just hanging on to that one for a second too long. I don't know if he didn't have a call out or if he was hung on to it thinking it was okay, but definitely not as that boost is going to come out from Kango's and take it right away from him. But nice passing coming out here for Infinite, seeing if they can get something started in the hands of Andy. They're going to reset that one back.
And this possession, I feel like, I know we have a lot of time, granted, but this possession I feel like super important for Infinite in terms of just their momentum, and likewise for Kango's, because there they go again. Sealable bag this time with 8, and that's what I mentioned, because now, despite the fact there's a lot of time, you're looking at a situation on Infinite's side where they were just scored on several times in a row, and it's one of those things. 8 points isn't a huge differential, especially with 5.5. But on the mental aspects, it can be taxing looking at that, that big O on the board for you.
Yeah, and especially playing in this game 3 where if you lose this one,
well,
not much is going to be happening for you as they go for that shot, but it finds itself right into the hands of one of their teammates there.
There's no way that pass wasn't intentional, right? You see that bounce pass that got across? That was a very creative way. I'm sure it was intentional because they have quite a few of those up their bag of tricks for Infinite, but always kind of impresses me just to see how creative they've gotten on some of these bounces. Not only on shots, but just the passes. Right there, though, won't get past anyone except the open goal for Sealable again. That is 10.
Yeah, and that leech coming out to Zach, but Zach just maybe finding that bottom block a little bit unfortunate as it takes that bounce, finds itself right into the hands of Sealable, and he takes that one in.
So fantastic third round so far for Kangorillaz. Right there, it's just starting to pile on some more. That stack quickly recollecting, quickly pressuring, and quickly receiving. That one is Mad. So off of some blazingly fast stacks, they will get the disc at least into the other side of the floor as they continue to try and roll this one over and go for another goal. Maybe a rebound will go to Loveridge, and he taps it in, and that is a dozen. And right now, Kangorillaz loving their momentum.
Yeah, Kangorillaz for sure 12 unanswered points as we're coming in here from the beginning of this game. Game 3 here that Infinite looks to be struggling a little bit. They have to really figure out what they're doing wrong here to get themselves back in this game with only 4 minutes left.
That is going to be a mighty big hill to climb. Doable, but just one of those things where Kangorillaz, they're feeling good. That's why, I mentioned at that 6-minute mark or so, that possession being kind of a huge determining factor, I felt like, for the remainder of this match, because it's one of those things you can kind of, you feel it in the air, that momentum shifting, and right now it's hard in the favor of Kangorillaz. Going in for first 2 points, however, finally is going to be Palace, assisted by Zach.
Yeah, and finally getting themselves on the board. Maybe this is what they need to get the ball rolling with 3.5 minutes left, and by the time they get out of here, maybe around 3 minutes, 10 seconds. So 10 points in 3 minutes, it's definitely something I believe that's doable, but it's going to take a lot for Infinite to come out here and get themselves going.
I'm sorry, my bad about that camera work. Just briefly, I was trying to communicate with our other match that's happening right now. But anyway, yeah, so 3 minutes left. We do have one that was scheduled to begin 15 minutes ago, but unfortunately those tech issues did cause a little bit of a disturbance in that force. So just messaging them, and it looks like, yes, indeed, they are waiting, so hopefully we'll have invites ready. And after this match does conclude, as it has 2:45 left in this one, we'll be going directly to one more as that one goes out. And now YouTube, actually maybe an open goal. This could actually be really good for them, but they cannot make that one. Rebounded by Andy. Andy's going to be stunned going up here. Fortunate bounce to Zach, but Zach gets it stolen by Loverage's good hands there.
Yeah, and a good offensive try coming out as they found themselves with an open goal. Unfortunately, just not able to convert as this finds itself back into the hands of Kangorillaz, but Strem going to be able to ding that one right off the side of the block there, but regains possession as he gets this one cleared out. Going to the other side, but stunned out from Palace as this shot's gonna go, and it makes itself in.
Very timely goal on that one. All right, so it's 12-5. Less than 2 minutes. I mean, again, it's not impossible, but it's gonna require one of those highly unusual and for Kangorillaz highly tragic events for Infinite to still have time to come back. I mean, it's winding down. Mad here, obviously for Kang, just like in that round for Infinite in round 2. Oh no! Oh no, no, no! That one is going to be dangerous, but Mad gets it back. Whew, I'm sweating.
A good steal coming out from Zach as I was getting all forces of my voice ready for that one, but it's going to find itself back in the hands of Loveridge, and we're going to be able to move this one around into the hands of Strem, but just stunned out at the last second, not quite able to finish that shot off as it's going back in the side of Kango, but going to take a bounce. They're going to be able to recover that one, gets that over to Mad and back over to Strembitsky. Strem going to be able to look and get that one down to his teammate as well, really wasting a lot of time off the clock as Loveridge just going to do more than take his time moving this way one up as he's going to find his teammate across, but just out of the hands of Mad.
And Kango's doing exactly what they need to do. They wasted so much time there, right there, Strem. One more goal, and I mean, icing this finally, but yeah, despite the initial turnover off that joust, Kango's, once they recollected, just did exactly what they needed to do and waste that clock away for the last couple minutes. So 14-5, and that shot going to give them that buffer that they wanted for Kango's.
Yeah, and unfortunate for Infinite here. Not a lot's going to really be able to happen here as they are going to slowly work that one up. But that boost, once again, from Kango, going to almost come out of nowhere. They're going to hit that one right off the shield, but into the hands of Palace. Palace going to be able to get that one over, but just out of the hands of Andy. As Kango, all they have to do is get this one cleared out, and that's exactly what's going to happen as the game will inevitably find itself at an end here. Game 3 going into the hands of Kango.
Yep, that will do it. 14-5 went all the way to the end. Infinite almost looking like a comeback was possible. They had some good turnovers that they caused and got some goals in the end and goal opportunities, but just couldn't quite complete it, unfortunately. But Kangorillaz now will continue to go and roll over here in VRML Season 1, still sitting at 1 loss. Infinite, though, still a fantastic showing from them without a doubt.
Yeah, and a 2-1 game, not a sweep of a series, and really good one you're seeing, of course. Infinite, that second game, don't really know what happened at the beginning of that third game, just maybe not really feeling like themselves as they get relatively absolutely turned for the first little bit of that game, going up 12-0.
Yeah, good, just good, great series. Nothing else to say about that. It wasn't a surprise to see it go to 3 rounds. I would have been surprised to see an overtime in there somewhere, but yeah, that will indeed be the match there for for this one. But as I mentioned before, we do have another one coming up right away. So we're gonna get right to it. I'll give you look at those stats real quick, and I'll let Caption read it off as I input the things I need to on my end. But then we'll be going right after that to Skull-Crusaders and 6 Foot Over.
All right, a good game coming out here as we're going to have Strembitsky leading the way in points. Of course, for the side of Kangos coming in with 15 points. Steelable coming in second with 6, and Loveridge with 4. Mad more or less going for the save department as he cleans it up with 3 saves over for the side of Nfinite. Really good kind of cluster of points there is Palace with 9 and Andy with 8. Andy not really getting much done since the first couple of games, but nonetheless able to have 8 points for his name. Zach with 2 with 3 assists coming up from Zach. And stuns again, 29 for Zach. Not a lot of saves coming out for the side of Nfinite as only 1 apiece going both to the W brothers.
Yeah, and, well, yeah, great game from them, for sure. I mean, it's never a surprise to see them pile on those kind of stats anyway, but yeah, it will be Kangos winning there. And with that said and done, now we are going to move on to our final match of the night. So sit tight over there, over on the Twitch side of things. Plenty of people. I think we peaked around 40, 41, something like that. So nice to see. A lot of people hopping in here. But yeah, we will be right back in a moment with Skull-Crusaders and 6 Foot Over. All right, hello everybody. Welcome back one final time for the night. A lot of great games tonight. We're joined back here. I'm Palidore, caption by my side, and we have Skull-Crusaders, the return. We saw them about an hour and some change ago with that victory against the debuting Invictus. Yes, Invictus. As I was about to say Olympus, just they're two similar names and two teams who just debuted this past week, so, you know. But yes. Exactly. And that's close enough for me to get confused. So, in any case, so Caption, how's it going and how you feeling after these last couple matches?
You know, great game of matches. I'm hoping we're gonna have another close and good match here, as of course Skull-Crusaders and 6 foot over.
Yes.
A lot of games tonight. A lot of games.
Well, especially when they all mesh together like they have, you know, back to back to back. I mean, it's easy to just get a little bit sweaty, need a breather, and to kind of, you know, reset all the brain mush, if you will. Because, yeah, it is just rapid fire on these game changes. But our last one for the night here, 6 foot over Skull-Crusaders. We do have everyone in the match. It looks like they're doing some late team switches there, but we're good. So here we go. 6 foot over Skull-Crusaders to end the night. Welcome, everyone. And before I do forget, huge thank you again, Vlastro. He handed out 5 more gift subs. Right now, going in for a gifted goal is Vanzi. So that one was for you, Vlastro, from a fellow man with V in his name. I don't know. I was just trying to relate it somehow. But either way, thank you for the subs. You've been really on point with that. Appreciate it super much. That's not correct grammar, but I'll roll with that just the same.
Yes, very thank you, Vlastro, as we have that great 3 going to come in here from Van Z, and now Philibus going to be able to take that disc over, finds itself into Oculus-Tator's hand. Oculus-Tator, we know, have had a pretty big game. Maybe you can take another one here, but a good boost going to come out from the side of 6 foot over, as Anthony Gasolini going to be able to get that one. But Van Z, once again, going to be there for that stun, and he's going to be there for that shot, but just missing off the diamond.
But, you know, we'll miss that one. He'll get a second chance at it as a 6 foot over. Tried to go for that back-to-back 3 situation here. Skull-Crusaders coming in with some momentum. Obviously lost that first goal, but, I mean, they're at least on a two-game win streak here, looking to keep it going with this roster.
And reminiscent to those last game, that back pass is going to come out here, but not going to find anyone as Oculus-Tator is going to bring that one in for 2 points to catch his team up, only down by 1 now.
Yeah, Easy does it there from that top corner. Tight shot, but you know what? No problem at all being made there, especially for the level of talent that we're dealing with these days. I mean, you know, I mention it from time to time, and I don't mean to go all rose-tinted glasses, but it's just funny looking back at those early days when even just the most basic 6 meter per second push shot from 3-point range was amazing. And now you have people just making it from every single spot in the floor, half court, full court, tight corners, doesn't matter.
Philibus, they're going to hang on to that disc for a little bit too long, as Crimson's going to get that one around. A good cross pass coming out there to the Law. But the Law just going to miss off the side of there as he tries to go off the backboard, but not a lot going to be happening. But a recovery here for the Skull-Crusaders as they try to recover that. But into the hands of Leaf Around. Leaf Around going to be able to try to get that one over, but again, just missed out of the hands of his teammates.
Punches aplenty also coming down from below, and pretty much everywhere they go, a pile forming on it, just swarming on that disc, and now clearing it. There goes the swarm of the stacks, but a lone boosted a player there just overshooting the Law, takes it out, slings it out, and gets it back to the top ramp where Antgas will take it over.
Antgas going to put on a couple moves as his own in the wide open as he gets that duck going and pass across the Philibus. Philibus now looking to see what he can do. He's going to try to send that one back to Antgas, but Antgas just going to be on top of that diamond. It's going to hit off the bottom. Maybe a recovery here, but the Log is going to be the one coming in really fast as he's going to get that one cleared off to the other side.
And look at this the stack there, just maneuvering nicely around all the Geo while still maintaining some decent speed. Antgas looking for a pass over there, out the catapult. I think it was Oculus-Tator, or Philibus rather, going for that catapult launch. As retaining, though, possession for 6 foot over, going over and missing that first catch, and now taken back by Oculus-Tator for Skull-Crusaders as it'll go to the other side.
Now Oculus-Tator getting that clear out, but the Law is going to be the recover it, but not before he gets stunned out again by the one Oculus-Tator. as he's going to try to go up and gets the other stun going on, but not before he can get that clear going for his side. But Philibus going to be there with that nice boost coming in. Antgas not reading that one properly as it's going to end down at the bottom. Soisy going to be there. Going to be Van Z going for another one of his shots, but just misses off the side. Philibus able to recover.
And some passes here, short to mid-range passes going on their own side of the floor for Skull-Crusaders. That one collecting it off the walls. Oculus-Sator is going to go immediately, no hesitation, throw out that shot off that backboard and off that ceiling. Not quite online, but still on time for a rebound. Ducking through all around, trying to juke, and that one getting stunned, just stopped by the defense of 6 foot over.
Yeah, Oculus-Sator trying to go for one of his almost patented jukes around blocks there. But not much going to happen as his shot's going to go off, but just misses off the bottom. As it's now maybe going to find itself back over to the other side. Luckily, just hitting the side of that pole, though, as Crimson's going to be bouncing around, trying to get that one back. Get a nice reset for his teammate, but unfortunately going to hit off double diamonds there as Soisy's going to go for his own shot. Just going to miss it off the side, but Oculus-Sator gets a recovery and takes his shot off the head of Van Z as it goes in.
Well, that's tough. It's still a 3, just the same, so clearly must have been off that head there. So Van Z was there in time, just not quite with the grab. And Oculus-Sator going to get some points, maybe not on the scoreboard, but in our hearts.
Gonna have a nice offensive joust come out here for the side of 6 foot. Be able to take this one up as he's gonna pass that one, at least try to pass that one over to Van Z, as Van Z is gonna find himself punched out there from Oculus-Sator. Oculus-Sator there, gonna be able to get that reset pass going on, but just out of the hands of Antgas as he gets that one over. The boost coming out from 6 foot over, but Antgas gonna be able to get that one over just before they get it.
Oh, nice catch there from the Law. So as brawls are doled out in the mid line, but finally breaking through, the Law will reset, go to leaf around, trying to find the Law, but just through the wickets and into the thicket of that pile up there on the outer bubble as it goes here into the tunnel.
And we're gonna have 6 foot over here able to recover this as Crimson just gonna scale the wall there and try to lead that one for the Law, but the Law not gonna be there, but he does eventually find it as he's now gonna find himself working himself up just as well into the hands of Van Z as he drops that one back. Van Z gonna be looking for that pass up to Crimson. Crimson now holding on to that, trying to get some spreading out going on as it finds itself into the Law's hands.
Some nice defense here, by the way, coming from Skull-Crusaders. I mean, it makes the passing from 6 foot over all the more impressive, honestly, because the defense is playing right up there, really tight all over that midline around the bow tie and ramp. I mean, it's a testament to the passing game from 6 foot over, that the fact that they haven't turned it over yet. I mean, it might still happen, but they still maintain control there with some great passes and grabs for like a minute now, it feels like.
Yeah, Philibus going to be able to find a couple of steals there as he's going to send that one over, but 6 foot over. Going to be able to get there, but just overshot a little bit off the backboard, but just going to hit the dinger. But Soisy able to recover that one and get that one in.
Dinger and then into a stinger. So shot there finally and getting some points here. Took a minute and 50 seconds in that series of possessions since that last score. So yeah, 7-3 favoring Skull-Crusaders. But 6 foot over here on the launch and the offense.
Leaf around going to take this one once again as they try to slowly make themselves up here. Leaf around, though, maybe a little bit of a mistake on that pass and into the hands of Oculus-Sator as he gets that steal and a shot, but it's just going to ding off as well off that side post.
And
gotta
be considering himself lucky there, just because Oculus-Sator's been so hot with that shot and across these last couple weeks. You just gotta be, counting your blessings that didn't go through, because that's almost a guarantee, I feel like, after his performances lately.
A good read from the Law is going to send this one all the way down for a three-point shot. He's going to put that off the backboard, not miss any part of the goal there as he gets that one in for the 3 points.
The hot shot off the backboard there, and it's right back to a 1-point game. So it was looking like Skull-Crusaders maybe in good position as this round kind of winds to a close. Still 2 minutes, but that will be exactly the momentum that 6 foot over wanted here. Oh, and maybe even piling on some more for a lead. How about that turnaround now? These just past 45 seconds alone, 9-7.
Yeah, and with a minute and a half left, that's going to be a big goal coming out from 6 foot over as they find themselves up 2 points, almost out of nowhere here, sneaking up on Skull-Crusaders.
And wondering too, so I mean, is this a case of 6 foot over starting to just find their rhythm, or is it Skull-Crusaders maybe getting a little bit lax because they were feeling good going to the final 2 minutes?
I don't know, with this possession that the 6 foot over has been able to put up, they've just been obviously passing around this midfield really well, and again, this passing is going to keep up as they only have a minute left, trying to really stall for time here as they know they don't really have to do much to try and take this game away as they're getting these cross passes going. Leaf around now, going to be able to send that one back over to Crimson. Again, looks like they're just stalling for time, maybe a move up here, but just out of the hands of Leaf around. This is where you can get Skull-Crusaders here, now trying to make something work, maybe take the lead back, but into the hands of the Law it goes as he's going to send that one back down over to Crimson, though. Crimson's going to get stunned out. Oculasator going to be looking to send this one down, maybe even for a shot, but a good placement there from that clear as they could be able to recover this.
You got to love that recovery, yeah, from 6 foot over. They're getting it back here again, but even after that initial turnover down by the lower ramp area, not dwelling on it. That's an important thing for teams, especially newer teams, to kind of learn. It's not dwell on the mistakes because every team makes them. So you weren't in position for the pass, you lost the disc, but guess what? They went and got the grabs, they got the stacks, they got the disc back, and that's the kind of play that you need. Always playing with that same emotion, sure-footed, as Dimwee likes to say.
And that last kind of minute there is going to really prove to be the game winner here as those 6 points sneak up on Skull-Crusaders, and they're going to be 6 foot over going to be able to take this game 9-7.
Yeah, so strong round there for 6 foot over. And a nice little comeback after what was, like you mentioned, Skull-Crusaders looking good, warming up there into the round. And coming off a win just earlier in the night, as well as a win on Sunday in that exciting 3-round overtime. So really a lot of things going in favor here for Skull-Crusaders, but 6 foot over, not going to roll over at all. Gave them a fight, and they came out on top here in that first round. And it will be Bansley leading the way with it, the 6 points, 3 for the Law. A lot of stuns between all these players just as well. Over on Skull-Crusaders' side, it's 2 apiece for Oculasator and Soisy. Of course, Oculasator did have that 1-3 that was actually counted by, I think, Bansley off his head or something like that. So Oculasator does have a few more points than that. But otherwise, yeah, big game from him again. I mean, 28 stuns along with 2 steals. Soisy with 2 steals and 2 points. Philibus with an assist and a save, a steal, 5 stuns, and then Antgas with a save and 9 stuns.
You look at that team stats, almost split halfway across the board, almost everything being 50-50.
Yeah, how about that? A lot of 50s on the board. That is absolutely. Possession time more in favor of 6 foot over, and that just goes back to the great passing that we saw from them, working around that defense from Skull-Crusaders. So the possession time, not really a surprise from 6 foot over, but everything else right evened up just about.
And speak at 6 foot over, they're going to be the ones that take the possession here off that beginning joust. As we have a pass going on, but he's going to elect to take that shot. Just misses off that shot, though. Going to be a cross over to the Law. The Law once again go up the backboard with that stun coming in. That's going to be a great play coming from 6 foot over.
And right there, maybe Antgas in dismay over the shot going in. Perhaps the Law breaking on through and getting the 2. So good start for 6 foot over. Obviously, momentum on their side, but still 9.5 minutes for Skull-Crusaders to find their foothold, and they're more than capable if lately is any indication.
Yeah, and great to the hands of Soisy. Soisy's going to try to get that one across over to Oculasator. Oculasator now over to Philibus, but going to be stolen out of the hands from 6 foot over as they look to work themselves up. But 6 foot over going to retake possession, but a quick steal coming out here from Oculasator as he's going to reset this one back over to Soisy. Soisy hitting him with the dunk,
no!
And he's hitting him with the shot. What a shot coming out from Soisy.
An almost save, but not quite. Looked like a goalie in there. Just leaf around, taking a little off guard almost, because it looked like his teammate there on the defense had a grab on the disc holder, the QB, for a long time. So I think expecting that snag or the stun. But yeah, just still managed to get the shot through and just took him off guard. You can kind of see the little flinch there, like, oh, I can't believe he actually got the shot off. And it did indeed go through.
Maybe just hiding in that little kind of really sneaking itself into that crease of the goal. It's a really hard shot for the goalie to stop. But we're going to have the disc up in the side of Skull-Crusaders here as 6 foot over looks to take possession, but Antgas gonna make it there before anyone as he's gonna try to get this one cleared out, but just gonna hit a little bit of the tunnel, but not to be worried as a nice steal is gonna come out from the side, and
Wow.
Oculusator gonna be hitting off that leech and hitting that 3.
Oculusator, the great leech, the double leech. Not only that, he basically climbed a moving ladder of 2 different players, rose up the steps, and he stepped up for the 3 as he lined it in. Nice move, just in multiple facets from Oculusator.
Man, Skull-Crusaders going to take this 5-2 lead as we're going to have 6 foot over now come out, take this disc leaf around. Going to be able to get this one to the Law, and the Law going to be looking downfield. Van Z now, relatively with a one-on-one against a goalie. See what he does. He's going to get it stolen from Philibus as he just comes across at the end.
And he's in dismay too, letting out an audible what off a great steal. Just not expecting that speed, and maybe the comms not coming through that time.
Yeah, and 6 foot over really gathered around one spot as Soisy gonna get that block off and get that clear. As we're gonna see Skull-Crusaders maybe able to make themselves presence known as Oculusator gets this disc back with a man running up front. He's gonna be able to move that over and get that pass sending back down to Antgas. Antgas now looking to get that one over to Soisy. Soisy gonna flip upside down. He's gonna go for the shot, but he's just gonna hit post.
Yeah, return to sender on that one as it goes to the bottom corner here. They pocket Oculusator taking it, trying to get that off now to Antgas. Antgas right back. Some more short-range leeches kind of coming, trying to get the disc back and just wrangle it, but all kinds of tangled right there now for a breakaway one-on-one play. What a good delivery. So now the assist from Oculus, and that gets it to Antgas, who will not pass the opportunity for a score.
Yeah, and Oculusator finding himself a couple of leeches off his own teammates there. He's going to be able to recover. See his teammate over on the shield and not going to do anything about it. Just going to send that one over, and Antgas's going to get the nice shot.
Looking for there's one of those unique lower rollouts we see a few teams pull off now and then. And for a change, I was prepared for it.
It's Van C going to be able to roll this one over. Going for that short pass to Crimson, but Crimson just going to miss it as Oculusator again looking like he's going to get another leech here. Just hold on to that one, let his teammates develop. He's going to try to get that one all the way across, but no one's going to be there as 6 foot over easily able to recover this one and go for the clear.
The clear, the boost, the ricochet, so instead it'll play back into Oculusator's benefit as he dishes that off to Antgas. Antgas gets rid of it quickly because, well, he needed to, quite frankly, as Oculusator receives it right back in the tunnel again.
Yeah, and Oculusator looking to get these passes going as it might find as well wait over to Soisy, but the boost from 6 foot over is going to be there first. And Oculusator, a lot of trading stuns going as Van Z come out of nowhere. Look to get that clear going, and that's exactly what's going to happen as he brings that one all the way down to the end. Maybe the boost coming out from 6 foot over as well. The Law going to take that one in, take that nice open 2.
Great efficiency there on the stack. Not much more I can say about that one. Got right back to it, and it's 7-4. Under 5 minutes left in the second round. For those joining us, it was 9-7 in favor of 6 foot over in the first. So, and it was really a comeback kind of situation. Late game, there were a few very timely goals and defensive stops on 6 foot over's part that bought them the miniature comeback victory. But right now, Skull-Crusaders looking to, maintain this lead and not give it away this time. They're certainly in position to do so with 4.5 left.
Yeah, and 6 foot over looking to try and get that comeback going again as they are going to find themselves in this nice little passing circle once again as they're going to try to pass it back and forth, but unfortunately just hitting a little bit of that bow tie or Pac-Man there, excuse me, as it just ricochets off a little bit of geometry, but back in the hands of the Law. The Law, though, is going to try to drive that right down the heart of Skull-Crusaders' defense. It's Oculusator looking to get another one of these shots off, but a couple of defenders going to be there, leaf around, going to be able to steal that away from him.
Definitely not shy to shoot in volume anytime you give him the angle. Couldn't make that one. Getting back now with 6 foot over. Actually, Skull-Crusaders are going for it, but now right back to the Law. So a few turnarounds just over and over as that will bounce every which way, finally into the hands perhaps of Antgas, but needs to get rid of it, and he does.
Yeah, and that really hot boost coming out here from 6 foot over as they almost beat Antgas to it, but that clear going to come out nonetheless. Maybe we're going to see a boost come out from Skull-Crusaders. They're going to hit that, and Antgas going to put that one away for 2.
What a nice shot there, too. Very tight on the timing just to get that through. The overshooted player missed the first grab, but then Antgas doing cleanup and quickly, too. See it here on the replay. Just wasted no time whatsoever to line that up.
And this offensive joust, again, going to come out to the hands of 6 foot over as Leaf Around is going to work this one all the way over. And that good deep pass coming out as that boost, though, from Skull-Crusaders is going to challenge that. But the Law going to get that and send that one back over to Crimson, though. Crimson just not going to be able to find it. As Crimson, though, does actually end up getting it back into the hands of the Law now. The Law looking as a straight up pass is going to go into the hands of Van. Van's going to look for that pass down to the Law. The Law is going to put that one away. Great passing coming from 6 foot over.
That is absolutely woo-worthy, whoever that was in 6 foot over side who just yelled that open comms. That is the kind of stuff that just makes me love watching Echo Arena. Anytime you get the team play going to that degree, looking so smooth, looking so just coordinated as a team, that's the kind of thing you can't get in anywhere else but well, again, sports and Echo Arena, which is to say, same thing.
All right, back in the hands of Skull-Crusaders as they look to get this one up and maybe expand on their lead, try to take this game too, as we're going to have a nice cross pass go to Soisy. Soisy's going to take that one back to Antgas. Antgas now getting that stun Soisy, and Soisy with people all over him again is going to get that one to the top corner.
So right back again there, another just sweet passing play. We're seeing a lot of great passing from both teams, quite frankly. It's nice to see at all these different levels. And again, even especially, if nothing else, teams like this who have not been in competitive play for nearly as long as some of these veteran teams have, like we just saw with Kang and Nfinite. Right there, though.
Oculus.
Open goal, well, sort of, one-on-one rather, but off the open pass to the backboard. I like that move from Skull-Crusaders. Could have took the shot, but he opted for the better, more guaranteed one to the backboard.
Yeah, and a great shot coming from Skull-Crusaders really made that goalie look like he was going to take that shot, but the player hiding behind him on that backboard, he's going to get that pass off and get a nice look for his teammate.
And someone there in the tunnel from 6 foot over is singing, I believe, Shake It Off from Taylor Swift. So, nice. Get a little bit of that karaoke going on here. Haven't seen that in a while. Maybe I got to unmute for that next Joker game. I don't know if they do that anymore, but either way, Skull-Crusaders here looking to make a play. They have the lead, and they're looking to seal it maybe with one more shot here as the final 48 seconds wind down in the second round and maybe force that third.
And Van Z going to be able to recover here as he tries to get this one down, but Skull-Crusaders going to be there to not let that happen. Now the good boost here from Skull-Crusaders. Philibus going to get that, but stunned out right away from the Law, as the Law is going to look to get that one cleared for his team now. Maybe a little bit off the mark as Skull-Crusaders is going to find that, but Van Z going to be there to try and get that one cleared out himself. Maybe make something happen.
And not much else happening there except Skull-Crusaders having it intercepted by the Law. So the Law trying to look for one more. No time to come back, but certainly time for a goal. Whoa, just maneuvered all through a trio of defenders. A couple of them in there, one in the goal. Somehow got it to go. The slippery snake.
Hot diggity dog, in fact, coming out from the Law there as he jumps up and down through all the defenders and gets that one in.
Is that what he said? Hot diggity dog. I'm trying to think of the...
Definitely said hot diggity dog.
Think of the last time I heard that said somewhere. Well, hot diggity dang.
Game 3.
Was that game? Yeah, game 3.
Hot diggity game 3 as we get ourselves a game 2 in the wraps. And again, a split series coming. Close games coming from both as you've seen that big 6 foot over win from the first game, of course, as they came back. 6 points in the last relatively 2 minutes. And now Skull-Crusaders not letting that happen this time as they go ahead and take that victory.
Was it 8 on the board? I misput it the first time. Someone remind me, or I guess I'll have to go check the VOD really quick. But I'll give you a look at the stats in a second.
I can do the reading if you want to look at that VOD.
Sure, go for it.
As the Law leads the way in points with 11 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, 1 steal, and 38 stuns, doing quite a bit for his team out here. Leaf Around, no points there, but he is going to get a save. Van Z, 6 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, 3 steals, 29 stuns. Crimson with 4 steals. Over on the side of Skull-Crusaders, going to have Antgas with 4 points. Skull-Crusader with 5, 2 assists, 2 saves, 3 steals, and 42 stuns. Soisy with 6, and Philibus with 3 steals.
And right in time to get the look at a few highlights as we launch out this round 3 delightfully at the end of the night. And it's going to be Van Z Quite all right on that one for the first couple points. And bing bing prapapaps. Yes.
And Prapapa is going to come out from Skull-Crusaders as you hear how hyped they are getting in their comms. Crimson and the Law going to do their best effects of machine gun as they are going to take 2 points ahead here.
I'm
going to have that going.
I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm glad we got the comms unmuted for some of these games. I've been entertained throughout the night for a lot of it. He's in the arena. Ratatata. Okay, off to Skull-Crusaders.
Oh boy. Welcome to the late night cast of Echo Arena VRML, everybody.
Glad to be here still.
We're going to have some good, at least an attempt of a clear here, but it's going to end up in the hands of Antgas. Antgas going to be able to get that one over to Soisy. Soisy looking back and forth, seeing what he can do.
Oh.
He's going to eventually get stunned out, though. Leaf Round going to be able to take possession, get that one cleared. But again, right back into the hands of Antgas as he's going to get that one over to Soisy. Soisy now maybe going for another one of his shots, but going to elect to get that one back into the hands of, unfortunately, no one, as he's going to actually put that in the own side of his arena himself. But Oculusator going to be able to get there to recover it.
And another nice leech from Oculusator. The good discipline, you know, to go for the grabs, but not get stunned out. Sometimes it's so tempting when you get those short-range boosts to also just throw a fist in their face on the way through. But, you know, the good recognition that you didn't need to, you just needed to get the disc back. So, yeah, like I said, it's fun to see, and you got to wonder why. Because he looks like a natural fit here, Oculusator, in competitive play. And how come he hasn't done it until now? Maybe, I guess, it's the scheduling, the flex scheduling, who knows. But he definitely is fitting right in competitive play.
Yeah, and VRML coming in, really making it a lot easier rather than having to start playing your games at around, I believe, if I remember correctly, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern for ESL. But we're going to have Soisy go ahead, take a shot, but just miss it off the side. But recovery from Oculusator, Leaf Around, not going to let that happen, though, as he goes ahead, scoops that one up from the goal.
Yeah, that shot went a little bit Eastern, but luckily they still get the recovery and maybe back on the compass for another delivery into a goal opportunity. Indeed, here it goes.
Soisy slowly coming down from it, but going to be able to get that one as Leaf Around, maybe just his arm a little bit too close to the goal, as he's still obviously credited here for the self-goal, but it looked more like a save.
Seen a couple of those tonight, and that's always going to hurt the goalie on a deep personal level. You never like to see those discs go through, especially when you feel like it was yours, but for the taking. But yeah, it will be instead just a tied-up game at 2 apiece here. About 3 minutes expired in the final round.
Vanzi slowly going to bring this one up. Not challenged, has a lot of... So he's going to send this one over to the Law, who again, a lot of room to play with, but that boost going to come in really fast. Right over to Vanzi. Vanzi now going to probably send this one right back down, but the boost going to come in, but good stuns coming from Oculusator, as Philibus is going to get those stuns off, leaving Oculusator with plenty of time to take a 3. That's exactly what he's going to do, put his team up by 3.
And not only the great stuns from Oculusator, but what else? Another short-range leech there, leaving the opponents in his dust as he mustered the strength for the 3-point shots. And it's a 3-point lead as a result here. 6 minutes and a little bit of change remaining in round 3.
And the Law gonna try to go for a dunk, but Oculusator gonna show the Law how to duck there as he ducks over his teammate after stunning the Law. Philibus gonna be able to recover this one, but right into the hands of Vanzi, as Vanzi's gonna get that one around Antgas, get that one in the middle. Maybe a boost could be coming out here if that's exactly what's gonna happen. But the stun coming right on, as it looked like Oculusator was right on his back.
Feel like we're saying his name a lot, but I guess for good reason. I mean, here right now it's going to be Antgas. So Anthony Gasolini now going 7-2 for Skull-Crusaders.
Yeah, Antgas coming in off that good clear coming from Oculusator, able to recover that and take the nice open 2-pointer, put their team up a little bit more, get this lead more developed as the game comes into this halfway point.
Very competitive match between these two teams, and that's really what I've expected. Having streamed a lot of these teams' games over the last 5-6 weeks now, you know, it's no surprise to see them coming along with all these great moves, these passing plays, the great, you know, shot accuracy, the leeches, and right now, Oculusator teaches everyone at home that he is here to play and will his team towards maybe a victory late.
Yeah, and Oculus-Sator, if you look at his stats right now, 11 points and 55 stuns coming out from Oculus-Sator as he gets that other three-pointer. Get his team again more of an established lead here, but it's 4 minutes left, 8 points, still comebackable from 6 foot over. They just have to get themselves going right now. And Karma coming in here saying, what is a caster's curse? As right as you mentioned their great passing play, that's exactly what we're going to see as they move themselves up from half court all the way up to a nice cross pass, and the Law able to get it done.
Blue throws it way downfield. Orange team takes possession.
Yeah, and everyone now getting into mid-season form. Everybody, all these teams getting really good, and now even the casters coming out, breaking out from this caster's curse as we might have it clear here. That boost coming in, the Law getting that train around his teammate as he just circles around.
Hold on, I gotta take a second to laugh at the irony. As I was saying that, I was muted. I fat-fingered my mute button as I was talking about maybe Pally has turned the corner. No more caster's curse. I'm in mid-season form. Ha ha ha. And then I muted myself for that entire thing. Anyway, up top here, it's going to miss Philibus' hands, and I'm just going to sit here in dismay for a minute.
It's okay, I'm used to sounding crazy as Oculus-Sator gonna look to take it in, but just gets stunned out at the last second. Not a great clear coming out here from their team as Oculus-Sator, though, able to recover it, but the Law able to stun him out and get a clear going himself. And a nice pass going down to Van Z. Van Z has a wide open shot, and he isn't going to miss anything as he takes the three.
Beautiful shot there, and it is a three-point game thanks to that three. Gotta love it. This is coming down to the wire at this point. It is really anyone's game. I'm iffy on saying anything because now after that mute, I feel like that was almost a sign that, hey, Pally, just shut up for a minute. So I'm not gonna curse this one, but I'm looking forward to the remainder of this match. That's all I'm gonna say.
Crimson going to be able to steal this one, maybe looking to get his team the lead as he's going to pass this one to the Law. The Law is going to get that to Van Z, but just miss it out of the hands of Van Z. But he might be able to recover it. Crimson playing the backfield, definitely there to get that. Crimson's going to move this one all the way up to the Law. The Law going to juke, go for a shot up. I heard it ding, but didn't see anything that looked like it. Leaf around going to slap this one down, but into the hands of Ancast as he gets it cleared out.
That was a tough miss there. I think maybe he shot a little bit early. It was a tough angle, and it was taken from far out. Right there, not far out at all. It's going to go right in for Soisy. Now expanding their lead to 5 points here, so maybe a little bit of a misplay on the other end. I was about to say complimenting 6 foot over and their amazing passing throughout all three of these rounds. But that one, maybe the one play, especially now with 90 seconds left, that they're going to wish they could take back.
Yeah, and we're going to have Leaf around once again take the disc on this offensive joust as he's going to move this one over to his player on the side. And a good pass coming out to Van Z. Van Z looking behind to make sure he has time. Take the shot. Maybe it was an S shot. That's happened to me more than enough times. As he glitches out there, his arm not letting him take that shot. Oculus-Sator looking to capitalize on this as he hits it off the bottom, but not going to get the right bounce. But back in the hands of Oculus-Sator, he's going to dunk that one in with a little bit of flair. That 360 coming out from Oculus-Sator.
Yeah, and off of what? Another short-range leech. Avoided, didn't punch anyone, just took a little grab. I think 6 foot over player there was kind of still lamenting over that potential lost tracking issue, if that was the case. And Oculus-Sator just took full advantage of that to perhaps secure this victory. Maintaining that concentration.
About the timing of that tracking issue, but Van Z gonna go for his own shot on a goalie. Maybe not the most advised shot, but Soisy gonna be there to try to clear and boost this one with Oculus-Sator. They're finally gonna get revenge and get these leeches going on Oculus-Sator. Law, though, gonna be recovering a good stun coming out from the Law. Gonna try to get that one over across, but nothing much happening. 15 seconds left, though. Looks like Skull-Crusaders is gonna be able to take this game into Game 3.
It took basically a full 29 minutes of gameplay to really see the definitive victory finally unfold for someone. And yeah, it's Skull-Crusaders on top, 14-7.
Yeah, and definitely 2 back-to-back good games, 6 rounds in total for 2 games. That's some great games for tonight, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Love to see it. And congrats to Skull-Crusaders. You know, they could have easily, easily been buried 6 foot under because, you know, Skulls. I just have to go back to that because that was a thing in the first weeks where they mistook my pun for me not knowing 6 foot over's name. I'm still salty about that. No, I'm just kidding. Well, sort of kidding. But yeah, no, Skull-Crusaders pulled out ahead and did a great job of it. Actually, hold on, let me see if I can get back to the gameplay real quick.
Might have a little bit of a moment of sportsmanship coming out in the middle. And the handshake's going to come across from both teams as they played a close game. And the sportsmanship going to be there to be found.
Hopefully I got most of that. I was taken slightly off guard. I shouldn't have been, but I got some of it in there. But yes,
I grab you, Philly.
Always good to see that sportsmanship there.
To grab the person, whoever's gonna be next
I
to
think
Philly.
we're going to need some special music
Come on,
for
Swiss.
every time they have that, like a
Get in
nice
the
little
big circle.
ceremony.
Come on.
And then look at Oculus.
Get over here, Ak.
Aki boy, come on.
Kumbaya up over here.
Look, I can make a whole train of this.
Grab the person on your left.
I mean, I know we have stats to get to, folks, but I'm just kind of enjoying this.
No, please don't grab him. No.
I'm a little bit worried, honestly, but I feel like this.
Someone, you guys gotta come around.
Are we I've had them muted. What's going on?
Everybody grab the person to your left.
Your question or your guess is good as mine. I'm just gonna.
Oh, it just put brakes, dude.
A little bit of trouble is coming out here from both teams. Is a little bit uncoordinated.
Man, and there we were just complimenting the great chemistry and the passes, but right now oh, here we go. I see what they're going for, but you know, 6 out of 10 on that execution. I like the handshake though. That one was a good 10 out of 10.
Yeah, maybe work on this one next time, guys.
Yeah, for real.
I got his forehead.
We're running an A+ production here. We can't have this amateur stuff.
All right. Law, what are you doing?
It's all right. Well, this is a rehearsal, I guess. But there, you can get a look at them doing their thing. Meanwhile, get a look at the stats in the background, so you can get a little bit of both here.
All right, Anthony, where are we going, big man?
We're going that way.
And as Gilligan had pointed out, the Law and Oculus-Sator, both with ridiculous stat lines, as the Law coming up with 15 points, 3 assists, 2 saves, 2 steals, 63 stuns. I did read that right. Okay, I thought I read the stuns wrong for a second. Oculus-Sator himself, 13 points as well, 2 assists, 2 saves, 3 steals, and 61 stuns to his name.
Impressive to say the least. And that is the running theme. Honestly, at some point I gotta shut up because of, you know, overinflation of said ego and stuff, but I can't help it. Oculus-Sator has been ridiculous these first 3 weeks, so you know what? He deserves it, honestly, because the stats he's put on in every single game that I've streamed and watched from Skull-Crusaders has been nothing short of just incredible. So, I mean, shout out. I know we don't currently do a player of the week or player of the month type thing, but he would be contesting right there, especially in that tier. But even just in general, those stat lines have been off the charts. So definitely got to give those a shout out. But just as well to the Law, like you said. Yeah, mind-boggling.
Good individual games, but nonetheless, good team playing coming from both teams, as well as a lot of good passing, especially for these teams coming out this game.
For sure. And yeah, Gilligan in the chat saying, you know, Law's stats were arguably better. Hard to say. I mean, yeah, very similar if nothing else. I mean, I suppose if nothing else, Oculus gets the shout out just because, you know, the win. But I mean, really, it's hard to. In fact, it's impossible. It's impossible to say anything bad about that stat line or anything really that 6 foot over did today. It was just a very good game from both parties.
As the teams leave, I'm pretty sure that should just about do it for us tonight. Our 3-game back-to-back-to-back.
That's a lot of backs.
That is. It's 3 of them at least.
At least. Mathematical 3.
Yes, sir. And as we sign off, this has been VRML. I am Caption, and right kind of almost beside me is, of course, my other casting friend, Palidore, as we say good night and adieu.
And I say, aye, aye, Captain again. Caption. Aye, aye, Caption. Okay, see you later tomorrow. Bye.